This is our community. Susie Thomas here with Angela Palumba and Brad Nyholm, both of First Tee. I think, it's starting to get nice out, and everybody's itching to get out there and remember their swing. You guys get to work with kids all the time. But as you say, it's more than a game. So let's talk about how do you tie in some of these important virtues of life in with the game of golf. Do you let it happen on its own, or do you make a point of saying this is like that in life?
There's actually a whole curriculum that we have that we can develop life lessons with the game of golf, so that if we happen to be, I'll just use an example, honesty for the day. Mm-hmm. We kind of set our lesson plan up based on that core value that we're trying to present to the kids. So it really, it's a pretty established process that we do. We just don't hope the kids come and then wing it. It's a very structured process that, and as a matter of fact, I'm going through the coaching process. And I go for 3-day weekends, and you go through an extensive First Tee program on how to deliver the message and the content to the kids.
And this is the national curriculum that they're sharing with all
correct.
of the... Okay.
Yes. So it's very consistent no matter where you go in the United States. If you go to a First Tee, you're going to get basically the same information. So if somebody happened to be going to Canton and then had to move, they would still get the same information in another location.
And our local and area children from what communities are able to sign up for First Tee? Do you go beyond Stark County into Carroll, Tuscarawas, so forth?
Yes, we do. We have last year about 94% of our participants did come from Stark County, but we do get kids from Wayne, Carroll, Tusk, Mahoning, some from Summit. There is another chapter in Akron, but we don't really have boundaries, so to speak. It's whatever's convenient for the family, and we try to create schedules and class times that is convenient for them to get there, for work schedules for parents, things like that.
Let's remind everybody that registration is currently open right now.
That is correct.
What's the process? How do we get children registered?
Sure. We have a couple ways. We offer online registration through our website, thefirstteecanton.org, and you click on register on the main site, and you just set up your child's information. You can register for any classes online, or you can register in person at our office on 25th Street Northeast in Canton. All of our registration forms, applications, everything is on our website, describes the curriculum and the certifying process that Brad was discussing. So a lot of that information can be found online, but we don't mind people stopping in and just coming in and asking questions. So that's definitely an opportunity to get to know the staff and to see the facility. So our office hours are 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So anytime someone wants to pop in, we do have classes that started through a junior league on Saturdays. So there are people there Saturdays with some classes. So if people are interested and are in the area and they want to pop in, they're more than welcome to stop by.
That's great. And we want to make sure we get this date on everybody's calendar now, March 19th. You don't have to be in PGA or LPGA to come be a volunteer. What will the open house look like?
It's just a real casual event. It'll be from 9 to 11 that morning. So just to pop in if you want to get to know the staff, talk to some other volunteers, see the facility, and then talk with us about opportunities to get involved. Like Brad said, it is not about being a professional golfer, so to speak. It's somebody that's interested in working with kids, providing some mentorship, being able to help with really dealing with the kids out on the course and being able to moderate their group that they have, but also with facility needs, with helping with maintenance and mowing, with some special events. We run by a board of directors that are all volunteers, so we run the gamut. There's only 2 full-time staff members, so we rely heavily on volunteers.
So exciting. Now, you were mentioning, Brad, that you're doing did you say a 3-day intensive workshop about?
Well, it's called once you decide to get really involved, you can go to it's a 3-year program actually, and you go through and get certified every year. There's coach phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. There's actually 5 phases if you want to go all the way to the end.
Now, is that your typical person that would be working with the children, or is that the super coach?
They're all super
I don't want to
coaches.
call it.
Of course they are.
I think from that standpoint, it's how involved you want to be because it becomes more a part of supporting the first tee with some added responsibilities, with the kids, lesson plans, and helping Terry and Angela out. What do we got? Two or three that are going through the program right now, but that is not a requirement. That's truly up to the individual to say, hey, I'd love to, do this.
Do even more.
Yeah. So, but
very cool.
It's, as Angela said, I mean, the volunteer is really we've got some great volunteers that come, and the great part about it is you develop relationships with the kids that come, so they remember you, and so it's really a kind of a cool thing to be able to develop that relationship with the kids, and especially if you happen to bump into them when you're not at the first tee.
Oh, yeah. And I want to get back to that in just a minute, but let's not go any further without getting this on people's calendars as well. Of course, to be able to provide this kind of equipment and so forth, that can get to be kind of costly. So for fundraising, you've got a really fun event, May 15th. Again, you don't have to be an awesome golfer. You just have for the love of the game and the love of kids. What have you got going on at Glenmore?
We do an annual our charity golf classic, and it is our largest fundraiser of the year. It makes sense for us to do a golf outing, being a golf organization. So the funds we raise from the outing each year go into programming, helping run the facility, coaches training. We have cost involved to send Brad to training. So we utilize those funds for that. It is May 15th. It's a Sunday. 11:30 will be registration, and then the teams actually, which is unique to us, is we actually have our participants play with the foursomes. We feel it's important that if you're going to be in our program or you want to support our program, that you get to know the children in our program, so they get an opportunity to see what we are teaching them beyond the golf course. And it's been a fantastic experience for the kids to be able to play at a course like Glenmore, but also to meet and greet some individuals in the community and some of our older kids. It's a great opportunity to again, network, mentoring. There's a lot of bonuses for us to be able to do that, and it's been very well received.
It's got to be a great golf outing because this is what you do.
Yeah.
What kind of special fun perks? And when you say that some of the children participants will be part of the foursome, does that mean only get 3 friends to get? Do you do a foursome?
It's still a foursome,
okay,
and then the child will be the 5th, and then it's a scramble, so the kid can participate, which is great because some of our, especially our female golfers, if they have an advantage on the tee box, some of these girls can really hit some good shots. So,
awesome.
So they are part of the team, and we offer lunch, and then we provide snacks and drinks throughout, and then a nice dinner at the end with some awards and different prizes that we give out.
Oh, the kids just must love this because they're in a real big golf outing.
The the biggest piece of it is it's a whole sponsorship driven program. I mean, so the businesses in town or the foursomes, they can get involved in that, and you can sponsor a hole or you could sponsor an activity.
Nice.
So that's kind of how the money gets generated through that. And there's a whole, I think it's on the website, isn't it?
Yeah, we do have some information on our website about the outing.
You can really see, because there is there's a cost to the foursomes that come to play, but that's just part of how we raise the funds.
The rest would be sponsorship. So if you're interested in sponsoring or supporting through playing, go to www.thefirstteecanton.org, and I'm sure all the information is right there. Brad, let's talk about those relationships. You said that that's one of the things that just really stays with you. Talk about some of the kids that you've gotten to interact with through First Tee.
The interesting ones that I've really gotten to know, we have a special program that we do in August for a lot of the Canton kids. And the reason I actually went and picked the kids up, we had a couple of us that would go pick the kids up and bring them to the first tee. And when you can start to interact with the kids before they even get to the course, you really begin to, I guess, understand the challenges that the kids have as well.
Yeah.
And understand that, you know what, we've got a lot of work to do out there for our younger kids, to not just to come to play golf, but to really try to have a support structure in place where they know there's a place they can come and it's safe and they can have a good time and they don't have to worry about anything.
Really nice. And not everybody plays basketball, and not everybody is a great baseball player.
Right.
So this is for people who are going to love golf and
Right.
find those things in the game of golf. You mentioned honesty as being one of the core values.
Right.
Let's talk about some others. What else are children going to learn?
Oh,
Responsibility is one.
Responsibility is a big one.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship, courtesy, integrity. So all of those, and we try to put them into a sequence where, you know, we don't just bombard them with it. They kind of get to learn it as they go.
I know of some places that have begun before they make a hire. Some HR offices are taking people for a game of golf to see how they respond to things not always going their way or whatever. I mean, you know, the things that inevitably are going to happen to you out on the golf course in
Yes.
any given afternoon. What your take on that, as far as being able to show all sides to a person before they hire him?
I think that's a great perspective. You know, we talk about perseverance, you know, fighting through. And one of our volunteers who's been volunteering for a long time, Bill Hayes, a couple years ago actually lost a leg in an accident. And he still volunteers. He takes
Wow.
the golf cart, he's out there. And he's a perfect example for us to say to the kids, this is how you persevere. You may have some struggles in life, whether it be on the course, whether off the course. But you fight through and you can still do it. So it's nice to see that it goes both ways. The volunteers can learn from the kids and the kids can learn from the volunteers.
So nice. It's First Tee. This is First Tee of Canton. However, all area children are invited to participate. Reservation is now taking place. Let's see, March 19th, you've got a volunteer open house. May 15th, an outing, a golf outing at Glenmore. And be sure to go to www.thefirstteecanton.org for all the information. Angela, you, real quickly, what has it meant to you to be part of this?
It's been fantastic. I love the fact that everything that I do in my job can directly impact a young person in the community, and seeing their growth and seeing the respect and the way they shake your hand and look you in the eye, that impact's pretty amazing to see.
Very cool. Brad, how about you?
I think it's all about the kids. I think if you got a passion for the kids, there's an opportunity at First Tee for you to impact their lives.
So cool. So well said, both of you. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thanks for all you're doing. It's just an awesome program. Again, go to www.thefirstteecanton.org. Thanks for joining us today on Our Community.